Hi and welcome back to Being Me, a show that is a self-awareness toolbox where we talk about all the healing modalities available in Kenya for your mental and emotional well-being. Thank you very much for subscribing, for clicking on the notification button, for commenting, for sharing our videos, and most importantly, from learning and practicing what you are watching. So on today's episode, we are talking about talk therapy, and with me here is Bridget Mange, the founder of Think Out Loud. Karibu sana.
Asante sana, Karen.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What do you do professionally? And just a basic of what is talk therapy.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Well, it's good you have introduced me.
Yeah.
And it's good to repeat again. My name is Bridget Mange, just for the sake of those who haven't heard from you.
Yeah.
And I'm a mental health practitioner. I practice in UK, registered mental health nurse, and I've got basics of so many therapies.
Yeah.
And what I like most is talk therapy.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. As I said, I work in the UK. I also do voluntary work here in Kenya through Think Out Loud.
Yeah.
I founded this organization going to 3 years now. And the reason I started is the need I saw of mental health
Yeah.
in Kenya.
Yeah.
So I decided to raise mental health awareness and support sufferers. So that is where we are.
Yeah.
And we have been fortunate enough to have this place. We are meeting this time of COVID
Yeah.
because there is a need, and I'm supporting people this time round
Yeah.
because COVID has affected so many people.
Yeah, it's true.
I believe you and I have also
Yeah.
been affected.
Yeah,
and that is
definitely.
what has made me to be here this time. You know, I usually visit maximum 6 weeks,
Yeah.
but now I've been here for 6 months. I've not regretted a minute because I believe being here has helped many.
Yeah.
And I would say we have saved lives as well. We have met with people going through struggles
Yeah.
because of what is happening within their families. There has been breakdown in marriages,
Yeah.
domestic violence, as you know,
Yeah.
that has been a big thing.
Yeah.
And people are really, really struggling.
Yeah.
So what we have been doing is to support people like that.
Yeah, yeah.
We have stepped in and we have even met people who were at the verge of committing suicide.
Wow.
But we have managed to talk to them
Wow.
and bring them back.
Yeah.
That is the joy of talking therapy.
Yeah, and tell us what exactly is talk therapy, because many people, you know, Being Me is a show where we highlight all the therapies. There are many therapies, and today we are talking about talk therapy. So if you are to tell somebody who has never heard about talk therapy, what would you tell them it is?
If I was to tell somebody who has never heard of talk therapy, I would tell them, I think the best way to approach the talk therapy for somebody who is suffering from mental illness, somebody suffering with depression, there is a cause root for every problem. It doesn't just happen. So talk therapy is to help those people to understand what is happening or what they are going through,
Yeah.
and to be able to go through the difficult part of it and how to deal with the difficulty issues.
Yeah.
So, and that comes through talking. So if I tell you of what we do as Think Out Loud, that tells more of talk therapy, because we meet and we share experiences of what is happening.
What's happening?
What is happening, what we are going through,
Yeah.
and how we are managing stress
Yeah.
this difficult time of COVID-19.
Yeah.
As much as there is fear within the community, then that way you are able to know how to change your way of thinking and not to focus on negative, but embrace the positive.
Yeah.
Because in every difficulty situation, there is something good that comes out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so talk therapy
Definitely.
is more talking.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people you know, promoting talking, because even you go to social media, they're like, you know, find somebody, talk to somebody. What's the difference when you're doing talk therapy with a trained practitioner and you're doing you're talking to somebody who is not trained, could be your best friend or your confidant. Does it have to be with somebody who is trained for talk therapy to happen?
It is good to have a trained personnel. However, it's not very necessary. I wouldn't say it is very necessary because when you've got the understanding, okay, where professional comes in is to support people to understand themselves better. You know, it's like leading them into the right way.
Yeah.
But anybody can support somebody who is suffering.
Yeah.
The most important thing is the communication skills. And communication skills are not for everyone.
Yeah.
They are for few who want to have good communication skills.
Yeah.
Because it's not just communication skills, but good communication skills. So it helps.
Yeah.
So you may not be a professional, but you can help people with talk therapy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I hear the need for talk as you're doing what you're doing, Think Out Loud. It's not necessarily with mental illness patients, right?
No.
Anybody needs
to think out loud. When people hear think out loud, they don't understand exactly what that means. But that came when this vision came up. You'll be happy to know it came from my son. After looking the suitable word, he came out with think out loud. Why think out loud? Because what you are thinking, nobody knows what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Do I know what you're thinking now?
No.
Do I know what you're going to ask me?
No.
Unless you tell me.
Yeah.
Can you see talk therapy there?
Yeah.
Because you tell me what you're thinking. So we talk good and bad things, difficulty things. And that is why thinking out loud helps even people to identify what is going through themselves, and they share with somebody. They could be thinking of harming somebody or harming themselves, and they talk just because your approach to them has helped them to come out. They'll tell you what they are going through and what they are planning to do. And together you work and save somebody's life or somebody's problems.
It's true.
Yes.
And I've seen a lot of people hesitant to talk out, to think out loud.
Yes.
Maybe, you know, what are the challenges that you've seen when you're getting people into this therapy? Because not everybody trusts people enough to tell them what's in their mind. What are the challenges you've encountered with people opening up and actually talking?
Thank you. That is a very good point, because not everybody is able to talk. The way you and I are talking, it doesn't happen automatically. It takes time to build rapport. And also professionals need to be patient with the people they are supporting if they're willing to happen. And that is why they're trained anyway. They know how to approach the issue as it is. Slowly build rapport. People worry so much about disclosing what is going in their minds. Because one, they fear what people will say. The people, they know how they see them next time, and they feel there's no need to share. There is no need to talk. There is no need to open up what they're thinking. But with a professional, we lead them slowly until they get to understand what you're going through. It's you. It's your problem. But a problem shared is a problem solved. So when you approach it that way, and you also share your personal experience with the people you have probably supported. Not mentioning the people, not mentioning the problems, but showing people there is hope. Hope is the most important thing. And that, being a professional, you know how to foster hope. Very important. It's
true. And talking actually does foster hope. And I've seen a lot of people coming up with solutions after talking through. And, you know, so what are some of the benefits you have seen from people you've worked with that have come out of talking? You know, you mentioned something that you have saved people who are coming out from being suicidal. What are some of the benefits you've seen that come from just having a conversation?
From just having a conversation, people have been able to open very difficult situations they have incurred in life. People have opened a lot from childhood traumas. I've worked with people who have suffered abuse. I've worked with people who have suffered negligence from the families, from the parents, and all those sorts. So coming out that way is a win on my side, because all I want is to get that person to understand where they are and how they can live and take history. That is the history. Not let it undermine your day or to mess about what you want to do or to lose the track of what you want or to stop moving because this happened. It's just to foster hope. And we have got lots of evidence of the people who have worked with who are so happy to be able to talk. People who never talked of issues they went through. People who never disclosed abuse. They have disclosed. They don't have to tell everybody, but to talk to you as professional. And then you know how to lead them. You got to lead them in the right way to help them deal with the trauma. Yes.
And you know, time is running so fast. We want to go on a break. But before we go on a break, tell us the psychology of, because I understand, you know, the episodes we've done before, we've talked about the mind at some episodes, and the subconscious and the conscious mind and how it works. What would you say is like a science behind talking? Because I know that I remember there's a teacher who used to tell us, when you write something, it sticks somewhere.
Yes.
So what happens when you talk out something to your mind?
Good. When you talk out your minds, the mind is very powerful. I'm sure you know that. It's powerful. If you feed your mind with the negative, you'll be negative and you'll never see anything good. If you feed your mind with the positivity, everything you see will be positive. Even when there is no hope, you still see hope because you have learned to train your mind to be positive. So that is how we guide people. That's how we lead people to get to the positive. So, as I said, we suppress the negative and lift the
positive.
Exactly.
And when you talk, then you become more aware of what you're thinking.
That's right.
Yeah, because I've noticed sometimes people are not aware that they are negative until they talk it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's true. That is how it happens, and it's very helpful, very important. And the most important thing, as I've said time and again, is to help people to understand whatever is going through their minds. They need to let somebody else know. And that's why we tell people, look for a buddy. Somebody who is special to you. You'll not be worried. They're going to share your experience with the other person. They will support you where they can. And if they cannot, you together will have that problem and address it, know how to deal with it.
Yes. It's true. So I want us to go on a break, but when we come on out of the break, I want you to tell us, maybe give us your life experience and also tell us what happens when somebody comes for a talk therapy session. So our dear viewers, stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Thank you.
Welcome back to this episode of Being Me. We are so happy that you could join us. Kindly share, like, comment, tell us your experiences. Are you that person that people come to talk to when they have problems? Then this is your episode, so that you can know which therapy you've been giving people. Thank you so much for being with us, and call your friends to come and watch. So on this last part of this episode, Bridget, I want us to talk about how does a talk therapy session look like? Just imagine one of the viewers wants to know, kutaendaje if I come to see you for talk therapy? How does a session look like?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. How the session looks like is, one, it is not only for people who are suffering.
Yes.
Talk therapy is for anybody and everybody, I would say. Somebody who is struggling in one way or the other.
Yeah. And that's everybody.
Exactly. So that's why I say it is for everybody.
Yeah.
So how we approach is, when you come to me, definitely you are the one who has come. We give you a nice welcome, warm welcome.
Yeah.
Introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we know you have been referred or you have heard of us. So now you are here in person, you want to know who we are.
Yeah.
So we go to do that.
Yeah.
Then we'll invite you to tell us why you have come to see us and what you're expecting from us. Then we'll walk through your problems.
Yeah.
And it will start with you telling us what is the issue,
Yeah.
what is happening,
Yeah.
and what makes you think it is not good. Such things slowly,
Yeah.
because by talking we are building rapport.
Yeah.
When somebody is going through issues, they are very careful with the words that come out of their mouth,
Yeah, it's
because
true.
they don't want to be held. They don't want to take that responsibility. But what for us is to give them the responsibility and to show them how
Yeah.
to deal with it.
Yeah.
Walk with them how to deal with the problem they're incurring that particular time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is how we start.
Wow, and I like that part of taking back, giving them back the responsibility.
Exactly.
Because I know by the time somebody is seeing a problem, they are already in some form of a victim mindset. So they are like, oh, shame me, this is happening to me. And so maybe the talk will help them shift from that space, right?
Yes, indeed.
Awesome. So now tell us, how has this changed you? Because this is very interesting, because for all the therapies that I have done, all the interviews that I've done, all the therapists have had an experience that led them to their therapy. Their own personal experience led them to their therapy. What's your experience? I'm sure you have. I know you have, for sure.
That is true.
Yeah.
I have. And when you're passionate about something,
Yeah.
when you hear somebody's passionate about something,
Yeah.
find out, deep dig,
Yeah.
to get to know
Yeah.
why are they passionate about that.
Yeah.
Why I do this is because personally, I have benefited through talk therapy.
Yeah.
How did that help me? What was I going through? It's a long story, and I know since you said you don't have enough time, I don't have that. I don't have to tell you the whole story, but
yeah.
I'll just touch bits and
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah.
I suffered with depression, and you'll be surprised to know the time I suffered with the depression, I did not know I was suffering. But I knew something was not right.
Something was not right, yeah.
Today I look back, if only what I know today I knew, I would have not suffered the long time I suffered. And a lot of things that went wrong would have not gone wrong. And that is where my passion comes in. I decided to bring people together to work as a group,
Yeah.
to support people who are suffering in silence, like I did, because it happened to me. And I should be ignorant to think I'm the only one who suffered in silence. So I wanted to explore that further. And what I have come across
Yeah.
is more than I would have imagined. So I personally benefited,
Yeah.
and that is why I decided to support others to get to know and not to suffer in silence, but just talk.
Yeah.
Talk with somebody.
Yeah.
Talk to us. Get a close friend like me and you,
Yeah.
where we meet and
Yeah.
share a lot.
Yeah.
We don't have to tell the world, but we know how much we can talk.
Yeah.
And that is how we created Think Out Loud, and that's how we support people.
Yeah.
There will be time, and I'm looking for that time, when we'll sit just to hear my story.
Yeah.
It's a long story.
Yeah.
I've never shared from A to Z,
Yeah.
and I'd love to. And it is good to know, through talking,
Yeah.
I have healed, I have recovered, I've become the person I am today.
Yeah.
Somebody who can be admired
Yeah.
by somebody
Yeah.
going through what I went through
Yeah.
those times.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm able to step in and
Yeah.
save somebody.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
true. And I'm sure you have come across so many stories,
Yes.
life stories.
Yes.
Is there anything that shocks you? Because you know, when when you're talking with people, you tend to hear, and especially if they're thinking out loud, you tend to hear some things that are not in the normal public domain that people are going through. Are you used to it, or do you get shocked?
I don't get shocked because I do hear a lot.
Yeah.
And over time, I have had so many, even scary stories.
Yeah.
And if I'll be worried, getting shot every day, I'll not be able to do the job.
Yeah.
So I've learned to deal with an individual as they come.
Yeah.
I take the story as it is, their cases as they are, and support them to the best,
Yeah.
to get where they want. What I say in most cases, and that is very important to know, healing or recovery is for those who are willing to recover. It's for those who want to get well. There are people who are very negative within themselves.
Yeah.
And being negative and you are seeking support, how can you surely be supported
Yeah.
if you are negative? If you feel you cannot get well, it takes believing in yourself
Yeah.
that you want to get out of that cocoon. You want to get out of that shell. And that is why we help so many people.
Yeah.
Because there are people who are willing to get well, but there are people who believe they cannot get well. It's a very hard job.
Yeah, it's
but
true.
we don't ignore them.
Yeah.
We still work with them. It may take long to get them where they want, but they will get somewhere. It's hard
Wow.
work.
So now that talk therapy is something that we do in our lives, like even before we knew there was a therapy called talk therapy, people have been talking to each other. Everybody has somebody they talk to. Now I want you to advise the people who are like talk therapies in their families, in their communities. There is that one person who people go to talk. What can you advise them as far as self-care is concerned? Because as you're saying, you're going to hear so many things. And if you're in a certain state of mind, they might affect you.
Yes.
What would you tell them as self-care that will help them, you know, not get into depression themselves from all these conversations?
Exactly.
Yeah.
For those who are supporting people in the community, like I do, we all need some support at some point. I would encourage anyone and everyone who is supporting such people,
Yeah.
getting all these stories. Some are very traumatizing.
Yeah.
You don't want to go sleep and start crying at night.
Yeah.
Oh, Carol said this and that. Carol is going through this. You don't want to take that burden.
Yeah.
So my advice to them, don't let yourself to be vulnerable. Do what is right for you.
Yeah.
After every session, you need to reboost your energy.
Yeah.
You need to do something about it.
Yeah.
You can also talk to somebody.
Yeah.
You can do some activities that
Yeah.
are helpful. And that helps everyone who is supporting people.
Yeah.
And even to talk to another therapist like yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't do it all. Doctors don't treat themselves. They
Yeah.
go to doctors.
Yeah.
Therapists go to therapists.
It's true.
It's important.
It's
You
true.
can't deal with it alone.
Yeah.
You got to get somebody to support you as well. Yes.
And I've heard and I know that every therapist also needs a therapist.
Oh yes, oh
Yeah.
yes, oh yes,
Yeah.
it's important.
Yeah, it's true. So we are going through a pandemic and people are going through a lot. Some people are stuck in the families together. They've never been together. They don't talk. They just wake up. Everybody does their things. They are irritable. They are going through stress, but nobody's talking to everybody, but everybody expects everybody to understand them. So what is your advice to people who maybe they can't afford a therapy session? You know, maybe they can't find somebody out there who they can talk to, especially teenagers and young people who feel misunderstood. What's your advice to them?
That's a very good question because that question is coming time and again.
Yeah.
Because as you said, families are suffering because of living a life they have never lived before.
Yeah.
There would be a big lie to say any of us has experienced this before. Because we have never had a pandemic in our times, an epidemic like this.
Yeah.
So this is something new. And being new as it is, again, we got to deal with the current time today.
Yeah.
So for these families, there has been a lot of, as I said, domestic violence. There has been teenage pregnancies. There has been a lot. You know, that's all been in media.
Yeah.
What I have advised people before, it may work, it may not work, but I believe it's gonna work because it comes from the heart. For young mothers, those appears to be the ones in very difficult times, because they are the ones who have got these teenagers who are pregnant. Their husbands are throwing anger at them because whatever is happening is the cause of the mother. What I would advise for fathers, for the husbands, for our men friends, they should understand this is a time that has never happened before, and to take a time 1 minute at a time to know it has happened to everybody, and not to point fingers. If the family is not working as they used to, and they are just at home, they need to learn to change and adjust in the way today is. You have seen people who have been working. They are selling vegetables from their cars. They have stopped to work. They can't work. People are working from home. We are not socializing. And as much as we are not socializing, some men have now got comfort in alcohol. They are doing everything possible to reach the alcohol. That is not going to solve the problem. What they need to do is to create some activities within the family. And even if it will mean to invite one friend, one relative, as much as Mr. Mutahi don't want us to do that, I agree. But again, if this is the new normal, but if this new normal continues forever, does it mean we'll never get together and talk? Let us just do the right thing, as we did when you came here. Let's do the necessary. Let's have our mask. Let's keep distant, but let's talk. That is not stopping us from talking. Young mothers, invite their girls, their friends, not in big numbers, but talk to them. Let them know what they don't know. The activities they are engaging themselves in, they have never done that. They don't do that at school. Remind them there is pandemic. That is why these things should not be happening. And maybe we'll save our young daughters, our young granddaughters, our young mothers to live in harmony as they used to do before COVID-19. Yes.
Wow, those are very powerful words, very enlightening words that, you know, we can use to close the show. And, you know, everybody, I'm sure, has something they can do to help themselves and to help others. Thank you so much, Bridget, for giving us the time and the wisdom and the skills and the tools that we need for getting our mental and emotional health, you know, in a good place.
Thank you very much. Maybe what I can add on to that, it's for everybody to be open to new ideas and new ways of talking. That will be helpful.
Awesome. So Bridget, if people want to reach you and, you know, they want to learn about talk therapy, or they want to get a session of talk therapy, where can they reach you?
Oh, thank you very much. You can reach me personally on 0722 578 067. That is my direct contact number. I've got a team I'm working with. I'm not going to share their numbers now, but I can always refer you to somebody and talk to them. We have got website, thinkoutloud.org.ke. You can visit our website, see our work, and maybe you can get more information as you'd want. We have got a Facebook page, Think Out Loud Facebook. You can also see what we are doing. And we would like to hear from you. And the number again is 0722 578 067.
Awesome.
Feel free to contact us. We are here for you.
Thank you. You had her.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. And thank you, dear viewer, for staying with us. I hope you've learned as much as I do. Talk therapy is so important. If you can't get a therapist, get somebody to talk to. Just think out loud, because the more you think out loud, the more you are able to empty your mind and to understand what is in there and to correct what you need to correct to get your mental and emotional health in a good place. And, you know, it's been me, Caroline Gaiduma, your host, and I've been excited to do this. Until the next episode, it's bye-bye.